Hey everyone, it is PoGo Professor back in the lab. It looks a little different. I think it's a little spruced up. I could be anywhere right now, but I promise you I am in the lab. We got a lot to go over today. The dust has finally kind of settled with all the news. We did get some extra news today, but I think it's finally time that we talk about level 80, wild area, the Tales of Transformation season, and all the September events that are coming up. We have a lot to cover, so let's just get right into it. Okay, the brand new season, the season that's going to be containing all these epic things that are going to happen. Tales of Transformation featuring Keldeo is starting on Tuesday, September 2nd, 10 a.m. until Tuesday, December 2nd at 10 a.m. The bonuses for this season for the next 3 months are going to be guaranteed Rare Candy XL from 5-star raid bosses during raid hour, and that's for only levels 31 and above. A guaranteed Candy XL when trading Pokemon, levels 31 and above. 1 additional candy when trading Pokemon. Increased XP for 7-day Pokemon Spin Streak, increased XP in Stardust for 7-day Pokemon Catch Streak, and increased XP from going up a friendship level. Yes! That's perfect considering level 80 is right around the corner and coming during this season. It's promised we're going to be getting Keldeo in its Resolute form. The last time we experienced Keldeo, it was during a paid research, which I was very obstinate about purchasing, and I didn't. Because usually, these Pokemon that you get from these paid tickets come back around. Well, this one actually took quite a while to come back around. I think that was a few years ago, and we're finally getting it for free. I think it's for free. That's what it seems like. It hasn't given us too much information. It says that there's going to be a special research that's going to be available to claim on Tuesday, September 2nd, 10 a.m., and it'll go until December 2nd, and I'm assuming that is where you'll be able to get Keldeo. There's also going to be 3 Mega Pokemon debuting during this season, 3 that we've been wondering about for a long time. The first is going to be Sharpedo, the next is going to be Camerupt, and finally, Metagross is coming to Pokemon Go as a Mega Pokemon. I think it's because Pokemon Go is like, okay, we actually have a lot of Mega Pokemon coming out from the Legend ZA game that's due out in a couple months. So they're pretty comfortable with releasing 3 Mega Pokemon in a span of 3 months. So I am stoked about that. There's also going to be the capability to finally evolve Applin into Diplin and Hydrapple, and I think 1 more evolution that is coming to the game. So that's pretty exciting. I'm very eager to see what it's going to be like in battle. We're also going to be getting Gigantamax Garbodor. We're going to be getting Dynamax Duraludon, which is a crazy cool Pokemon. And we're going to be getting Shadow Groudon. And it's going to be shiny because we just had Kyogre as shiny. So just bring that second one in. It's going to be so good. There's a lot coming out this season I'm very stoked about. There's going to be community days as well. The first one's already set. Flabebe Community Day, and it's based on your region. We're not going to be getting all the regions at the same time, but you will be getting the white, the orange, and whatever the color is that's in your region. So for my region, it's yellow. That's going to be on September 14th. Then we have 2 more community days during this season on October 12th and November 30th. I'm hoping the October 12th one is going to be a Halloween themed community day. I don't know, because that's kind of early in October, so I'm not sure. And I don't believe we had a Halloween themed one last year, so maybe they stepped away from that. I'm not totally sure. We also have the Go Pass returning. It is going to be continuing to be a monthly thing. This time though, the lucky trinket is not the goal. Now it's a new infinity incubator, except it's not infinity because it will expire at the end of the season. So once you get that, then you can basically use 2 incubators for free. And I mean, that's pretty nice. It's something we've been speculating about. It's something we've gotten leaks for. So I'm glad that they're finally implementing it. And that's a cool way to implement it, I think. Now, also being released this season is level 80. I am shocked that it's level 80 and not level 60, which I'm sure you've heard all about by now. But it is part of this season. We have to cover it, we have to talk about it because it's 30 more levels. So level 80 is gonna be pretty intense, but not as intense as we thought. If you haven't heard, they're basically recalibrating all the XP needed to gain levels in the game. So the amount that you have right now is likely more than you need for the current level that you are at on October 15th. Meaning, on October 15th, you are likely going to be jumping levels without doing anything because the amount of XP it will take to go from level to level will be less than it is now. That's awesome. Also, you will be getting a commemorative medal for whatever level you are at on October 15th. So if you're at level 50, you'll be getting a medal that says 50. If you're at level 31, you'll be getting a medal that says 31. Also, the items that you would normally get for achieving level 50, if you don't get to level 50 by October 15th, you will not get your chance to get the avatar items and some of the bonuses. So if you're looking to get to level 50, there is an easier way to do that because from now until October 14th at 11:59 p.m., you'll be getting 2 times cash XP for nice, great, and excellent throws, plus 3,000 XP for winning raids, and plus 3,000 XP for winning max battles. And there's also a special research that's out right now that will award you a grand total of 7 million XP. So there's a way to grind for that. So I highly recommend doing it. You have less than 2 months. It's possible. The game's making it very easy for you to get to level 50 before that cutoff. So you should totally try. We know that the XP needed per level is gonna be less than it is now, but we don't know how less. I don't know how many levels I'm going to jump on October 15th. And it would be nice if I jumped 30 levels to level 80, but that's not going to happen. So, sounds too good to be true, but we will see what happens as more information comes out. And I guess it's all gonna really be revealed on October 15th. So, there's also gonna be something called trade days, which will be happening every Sunday all day until November 30th, and it's pretty exciting. You get an additional special trade. The lucky trade chance is higher. You get 10% less Stardust for trades, which that's a little cheap, Niantic or Scopely or whatever you are at this point. Whatever, it's fine though, because the rest of it's kind of cool. And then you get 2 Candy XL from trades, guaranteed. That's amazing. So on Sundays, get together with your friends, do the trade day, basically all day, trade whatever you've been hoarding because you want XL candy, and you get higher chances of lucky trades, extra special trade. It's a great reason to get together with your friends. Your 7-day research breakthroughs are gonna bring you Alakazam, Aggron, Sinistea, Morpeko, Dreepy, and Frigibax. Only 3 of those can be shiny, Frigibax, Aggron, and Alakazam, but the other 3 are pretty exciting. So that's a pretty good research breakthrough. I'm not too sad about that. In 2-kilometer eggs for September, they're breaking it up by month. September, you got Bulbasaur, Trico, Azurill, and Wynot, some old school Pokemon in there. In October, you got Charmander, Togepi, Torchic, and Chingling. And in November, you got Squirtle, Mudkip, Bonsly, and Happiny. Very interesting. So for 5-kilometer eggs, you've got in September, Alolan Grimer, Pichu, Riolu. October, you got Alolan Meowth, Budew, and Munchlax. And in November, you got Alolan Vulpix, Tyrogue, and Mantike. If you get the 5-kilometer eggs from Adventure Sync, you've got Ammonite, Kabuto, Elekid, and Magby. 7-kilometer eggs is going to get you the Alolan Rattata, Alolan Sandshrew, Galarian Farfetch'd, and Hisuian Quillfish. Honestly, I don't think I'm enthusiastic about any of these eggs. And then 7-kilometer eggs from Root Rewards, you get Galarian Ponyta and Hisuian Voltorb. That's it? What's going on? 10-kilometer eggs, you got in September, Mawile and Beldum, October, Absol and Bagon, and in November, Larvitar and Sableye. And then the 10-kilometer eggs from Adventure Sync Rewards, you got Aerodactyl, Druddigon, and Tinkatink. I like that it's a smaller egg pool, but I don't like the egg pool. What do you guys think? Then, one of my favorite events from last year is coming back, and it's coming back strong with some great spawns, great opportunities for new shinies, interesting Pokemon. Wild Area is coming back in November, the same time it was last year, is coming back this year. It's gonna start in Nagasaki on Thursday, November 6th, and ending on Sunday, November 9th. Very, very, very cool event. There is a lot to go over with it. But we're gonna talk about the global one for today, which is gonna happen on Saturday, November 15th, 10 a.m. local time until Sunday, November 16th, 6 p.m. local time. Tickets are available right now for $12 USD. Not that bad. I feel like that's a little cheaper than normal. I think, I could be wrong. Knowing Niantic and Scopely, it's probably the same or more, but it is what it is. And if you get your ticket right now, you can get the Flower Crown avatar item with it. So that's pretty cool. So for the general bonuses for this event, you get up to 3 free raid passes per day, daily max particle collection limit of 1,600, and 3 gross snapshot surprise event counters per day. Ticketed bonuses, that was free bonuses, but ticketed bonuses, you get increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon. That's why everyone buys the ticket. Doesn't matter what the rest of the bonuses are. A daily max particle collection limit of 3,200. What happened to 5,600? Wasn't that a thing at some point? Why was it 3,200 for Max Finale and 3,200 for this? Anyway, increased max particles from power spots and exploration, 3/4 max particle cost for unlocking and powering up max moves, up to 6 free raid passes per day, 2 times candy for catching Pokemon, increased chance of 5-kilometer eggs, half hatch distance, lure modules will last for 2 hours, and 6 ghost snapshot surprise event encounters per day. Also, you'll get up to 6 special trades a day and half Stardust cost for trades. The fun news is that Grimmsnarl and its line, including Impidimp, is going to be featured in this year's Wild Area event, and they can be shiny. Grimmsnarl is a great Gigantamax Pokemon we'll be able to encounter, and Impidimp won't just be in eggs like Toxel was last year, it will also be in the wild, in both Dark Hours and Fairy Hours. There are 2 different hourly habitats. They're separated by those 2 types. Also, another fun one is Shadow Darkrai and Shadow Cresselia can both be shiny and achievable in raids. Raid Darkrai, Raid Cresselia, these shadow Pokemon are gonna be so cool. I need to get one of each. I am stoked. I think Shadow Darkrai makes the most sense ever, so that's going to be a really fun one. And Cresselia is great. I wonder how that's going to shift in its Great and Ultra League, what its status is going to end up being with the Shadow. It's known for its defense, so we'll see what happens when its defense is debuffed and its attack is buffed. Also, the best part of Wild Area is the mighty Pokemon. I got a Shundo XXL Venusaur last year from this. It was just there, and I got it. And a lot of the mighty Pokemon from last year were okay, but this year's blow my mind. So if you don't know, mighty Pokemon are more likely to have high attack, defense, and HP ratings at 13, 13, 13, which is the floor. Incredible. You're more likely to have an XL or XXL Pokemon. They're more difficult to capture, but you get something called Safari Balls, which are an exclusive Wild Area device that you can use to catch hard to catch Pokemon. And also, encounters will show the little 3 exclamation marks instead of the CP for that Pokemon. Just anticipate the CP will be high anyway. So just use Safari Balls on it. Trust me, just use Safari Balls. So the mighty Pokemon for Saturday are going to be Wigglytuff, Galarian Rapidash, Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Golurk, Hatterene, Obstagoon, and Meowscarada. For Sunday, there are going to be Alolan Ninetales, Galarian Weezing, Granbull, Houndoom, Gardevoir, Honchkrow, Garchomp, Drapion, and Weavile. All can be shiny. And on the Incense both days, you can get Alolan Ninetales, Galarian Rapidash, Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Garchomp, Drapion, Weavile, Hatterene, and Meowscarada. I want the Garchomp so bad. I want a Shundo Garchomp so bad. Let me put that out in the universe right now. I'm so excited about that. The shiny debuts for this event are going to be Unknown W, there it is, Hatenna, and that whole line, and Impidimp with the Grimmsnarl line. So very cool. Honestly, it might be more exciting than GoFest this year. You'll be able to choose between 2 paths. You have the Dark Path and the Fairy Path. If you choose Dark, you encounter Dark type Pokemon and a Dark Expert medal. Fairy, you'll encounter Fairy type Pokemon and a Fairy Pro medal. will show up in your batches. So like I said, there will be 2 rotating hours. There's gonna be a lurking dark hour as well as a fanciful fairy hour. So the spawns are going to be as follows for the lurking dark hour. So dark type hour is going to be Alolan Meowth, Alolan Grimer, Ghastly, Hoot Hoot, Murkrow, Sneasel, Houndour, Poochyena, Galarian Zigzagoon, Seedot, Nincada, Cacnea, Kricketot, Stunky, Skorupi, Scraggy, Zorua, Fungus, Dino, Inkay, Phantump, Impidimp, and Dreepy. And it's showing Dreepy will not be shiny. I hope that changes before then. I hope that's a surprise shiny. But that's a lot of Pokemon, a lot to go for. For the Fanciful Fairy Hour, you've got Clefairy, Alolan Vulpix, Jigglypuff, Galarian Ponyta, Chansey, Togetic, Marill, Snubbull, Ralts, Skitty, Swablu, Phoebus, Cherubi, Audino, Cottonee, Esper, Dedenne, Klefki, Poplio, Cutiefly, Hatena, Impidimp, and Smoliv. A lot, which is great. Also, if you are ticketed and you put on Incense, you'll be getting the following in Incense. You've got Unknown D, Unknown I, Unknown L, and Unknown W. All can be shiny. It spells wild. Also, you can potentially get the Lake Trio Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf on Incense, which is also pretty fun. In 5-kilometer eggs, which you'll have an increased chance of if you get the ticket, is Mime Jr., Sandile, Pawniard, Carbink, Impidimp, and Tinkatink. Not bad. So, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I am so excited. It's gonna be a really great event. So now let's talk about September specifically, the month that is right around the corner. So for max battles, these Pokemon may appear in max battles throughout Tales of Transformation. They will also take over power spots for an hour each week on Mondays for Max Monday. So we've got Pidove from September 2nd to September 7th. We've got Trubbish from September 8th to the 14th. Abra, which is brand new, from September 15th to the 21st. And as always, if it can be shiny in the wild, it can be shiny in a max battle. So we've got Chansey from September 22nd to September 28th, and then we've got Beldum September 29th to October 5th. A lot of repeated Pokemon for the max battles, and I don't understand why, because every Pokemon in the main series games can be a Dynamax Pokemon, so they need to bring more. Anyway, 5-star raids. We've got Palkia from September 2nd to the 16th, and we've got Dialga from September 23rd to October 7th. We've got lots of Mega Raid bosses this month. From September 2nd to September 9th, we've got Mega Venusaur, Mega Charizard, both forms, and Mega Blastoise. From September 9th to the 16th, we got Mega Pidgeot and Mega Gyarados. And from September 16th to the 23rd, we got Mega Gardevoir, Mega Latias, Mega Latios, and Mega Gallade. And also on September 23rd to the 30th, we have Mega Kangaskhan and Mega Lopunny. And September 30th to October 7th, we have Mega Steelix, Mega Scizor, and Mega Lucario. Specifically, they split it up into the starters the first week, Flying type the second week with Pidgeot and Gyarados, Psychic types with the third week with Gardevoir and Latias, Latios, and Gallade, Normal types for Kangaskhan and Lopunny, and then Steel types for the last week with Steelix, Scizor, and Lucario. The raid hours are going to be as follows: Palkia Origin Form September 3rd and September 10th, Mega Latios and Latias on September 17th, and then we have Origin Form Dialga September 24th and October 1st. And during these raid hours, the Origin Form Pokemon will have their Adventure Effect moves. Thank you. So for the events of September, we've got quite a bit going on. We've got the Kanto celebration going from September 2nd to the 7th, which will feature a slew of Kanto Pokemon. We got some special research that will be about 2 days at a time, featuring Farfetch'd, Kangaskhan, Mr. Mime, and Tauros, the regional Pokemon for Kanto. And then we've got a special rewards including Dynamax, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres if you get the $5 ticket. We've also got Mega Sharpedo Raid Day on September 7th. Then we got the Pokemon Concierge Celebration event going from September 9th to the 14th, and that is coinciding with a TV show release. And it will be featuring Psyduck with a swimming ring, which has an increased shiny rate, so that's actually a pretty fun thing to go for. We got September Community Day on September 14th featuring Flabebe. We got a Psychic Spectacular Taken Over event. We've already got a Taken Over event coming to Pokemon Go, which is nuts. So if you want those starters, those Johto starters from the leaders, you better hurry up. I haven't gotten one, and I've been doing so many of those. But so far, we don't have any more information on that. We just know it's going to be from September 16th to the 21st. There's also going to be the Shadow Raid weekend featuring Groudon. That's going to be on the 20th and 21st of September. A completely normal event. That's what's called completely normal. On September 23rd to the 27th. Another Mega Raid day on September 28th is either going to be Camerupt or Metagross. Probably Camerupt. And then we have a Steel Skyline event going from September 30th to October 7th, and it's going to be probably featuring Duraludon as a Dynamax Pokemon. So lots happening in Pokemon Go right now. I am so excited. I don't know if I'm more excited for level 80 or Wild Area. So much going on. So much. What are you most excited about? This is a packed season. When is Scopely taking over? When is that happening? Anyway, let me know what you're most excited about, what you're confused about, what you don't like. Give me all the feelings in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See you out in the field. Bye.